शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिधि नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिसिद्धान्त सरस्वती नामिने शिवाशिवानवी देवी चैताय कृपाते कृष्ण संबंध विज्ञान जायने प्रभवे नमः। माधुर्योज्वल प्रेमाद्य श्री रूपानुग भक्तिधर श्री गौर करुणा शक्ति विग्रहाय नमोस्तुते। नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्री मूर्तये दीनतारिणे रूपानुग विरुद्धाव सिद्धान्तदान्तहारिणे नमो गौरकिशोराय साक्षात् वैराग्यमूर्तये विप्रलम्बर साम्बोधे पदाम्बुजायते नमः। नमो भक्ति विनोदाय सच्चिदानंद नामिने गौरशक्ति स्वरूपाय गोपालोगवरायते गौराविर्भावभूमिस्थं निर्देष्ट सज्जन प्रिय वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथाय ते नमः। पाञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पंचतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। जयतां सुरतोपङ्गोर् मम मन्दामते गति मत्सर्वस्व पदाम्बोजो राधा मदन मोहन दिव्य बृन्दारण्यकल्पद्रुमदा श्रीमद् रत्नागार सिंहासनस्थो श्रीमद् राधा श्रील गोविन्द देवो दृष्टारिभिस्सेव्यमानः स्मरामि। श्रीमान् रासरसारम्भे कं श्रीवटतटस्थितः कर्षन् वेणुस्वने गोपी गोपीनाथ श्रीयस्तु नः। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि श्री गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। तो पहले मैं 8th वर्स बस लास्ट वर्स बाकी है शिक्षाष्टकम का, तो पहले मैं लाइन बाय लाइन बस एक बार रिसाइट करवा दूंगी, देन वील रीड एंड डिस्कस द स्टोरीज, है ना। सबको स्क्रीन दिख रही है? हाँ। एक क्वेश्चन अनम्यूट की थी ना, अनम्यूट कर ले ताकि तुम मेरे पीछे बोलेगी तो मेरे को पता चले। हाँ ठीक है। आश्लेष्य वापादरतां पिनष्टु माम्
आश्लेष्य वादरतं पिनष्टु माम्
अदर्शनान् मर्महतां करोतु वा
अदर्शनं मर्महतो करोतु वा
यथा तथा वा विदधातु लम्पटो
यथा तथा वा विधातु लम्पटो
मत्प्राणनाथास्तु स एव नापरः
मत्प्राणनाथस्तु स एव न परः
आश्लस्य वा पादरतां विनष्टु माम्
आश्लेष्य वादपादरतं नष्टु माम्
अदर्शनान् मर्महतां करोतु वा
अदर्शनं मर्महतो करोतु वा
यथा तथा वा विदधातु लम्पटो
यथा तथा वा विधातु लम्पटो
मत्प्राणनाथास्तु स एव नापरः
मत्प्राणनाथस्तु स एव न परः
चलिए एक बार पूरा रिसाइट करते हैं, फिर लक्षिता तू ट्रांसलेशन पढ़ लेगी। एक बार पूरा रिसाइट करते हैं। 3, 2, 1 आश्लस्य वा पादरतां विनष्टु माम् अदर्शनामर्महतां करोतु वा यथा तथा वा विदधातु लम्पटो मत्प्राणनाथास्तु स एव नापरः
स्क्रीन स्क्रॉल करें
Translation.
I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly by his embrace to make me broken hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord unconditionally.
कृष्ण चैतन्य महाप्रभु बस यही कह रहे हैं कि कृष्णा चाहे मेरे साथ कुछ मर्जी करे, चाहे वो मेरे को मतलब ऐसे प्यार करे या फिर मेरे को ढंग से ना ट्रीट करे, वो कुछ भी कर सकते हैं क्योंकि वो मेरे भगवान हैं और he is completely free to do whatever he wants. तो इसमें आज हमारी फर्स्ट स्टोरी है द ग्लोरीज ऑफ मुकुंद दत्ता। तो गौरव
Yes,
पढ़ना
just a second.
ये पंडे लॉर्ड चैतन्य से।
One day, Lord Chaitanya decided to fulfill all the devotees' desires, and he actually manifested as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as their four-handed worshipable Lord. Devotees were so much astonished. The Lord, in Shiva's Thakur's house, began Kirtan in the spirit of his own devotee, chanting Krishna's name, and he told everyone to sing the Abhishekam song. Devotees knew exactly what he wanted. He was giving a chance to do Abhishek. Then Lord Chaitanya called out each one of his devotees, whoever, and personally revealing to them the Lord they worshipped till now. He called Kolabecha Sridhar, who was a cowherd boy in Vrindavan. Kolabecha Sridhar looked up at Lord Chaitanya and he saw beautiful form of Krishna in Vrindavan, dark like a Tamil tree, holding his flute in his hand, and on the other sat this beautiful uh, form of Balramji. He had the
रुकना
darshan of
रुकना
Krishna Bal.
एक बार जितना पढ़ा उसको समराइज कर दे।
Okay, so so one day, Lord Chaitanya, in a mood for giving darshans or fulfilling the desires of everyone, he manifested in a four-handed Vishnu form, and he told everyone to sing the Abhishekam song and to do the Abhishek. So devotees knew what he wanted to do, and they started doing Abhishek, and then he called out them personally, and whatever form they worshipped, they he manifested in that form to give them darshans. So he called out for Kolabecha Sridhar, was a cowherd boy, and he manifested as Krishna Balaram in front of him. May I read?
अभी निहारिका जी पढ़ना प्लीज.
He had the darshan of Krishna Balram. He called Murari Gupta, who was Hanuman in his previous life, and said that, "Look at me, Murari." He saw the wonderful form of Lord Ram, complexion of Durva grass, holding a beautiful bow in his hands, Sita and Lakshman besides him. He was in complete ecstasy. Then he looked down and he saw he had a tail. He turned into Hanuman. Then he turned unconscious. So, in this way, he was fulfilling everyone's desires, giving everyone benediction. Ask anything. But then night was coming to an end, and he didn't even look at the direction of Mukund. Devotees are paradukha dukhi. Their happiness is another person's happiness, and their sorrow is another person's sorrow, especially those of devotees. So Srivas Pandit, even though he had already seen the Supreme Personality of Godhead from Lord Chaitanya's body as Krishna as Ram, every everyone was in bliss, but at the same time everyone was suffering because Mukunda Datta was not getting special mercy. So Mukund was weeping behind some pillar because neglect is very, very great suffering to heart when you love someone. So Srivas said to Lord Mukundat, he is he is ignored by you. Please call him forward. Give him your mercy. He's weeping, he's crying. Lord Chaitanya became angry as fire. He said, "Don't you ever take the side of that wretched Mukund." Srivas was shocked. All the devotees were shocked. It was like thunderbolt in their heart.
ये एक बार समराइज कर दो ना शॉर्ट में.
हाँ, तो लॉर्ड चैतन्य सबको अपने दर्शन दे रहे थे, लेकिन मुकुंद दत्त को भूल गए थे. तो मुकुंद दत्त बहुत नाराज होके एक पिलर के पीछे रोने लग गए. और यहाँ पे लिखा है कि डिवोटीज पर दुख दुखी होते हैं, मतलब वो दूसरों के दुख देख के खुद भी दुखी हो जाते हैं. तो जो श्रीवास पंडित थे वो बहुत दुखी हो रहे थे. वो लॉर्ड चैतन्य महाप्रभु के पास गए और उन्होंने बोला कि आपने मुकुंद दत्त को तो दर्शन दिया ही नहीं. तो लॉर्ड चैतन्य बहुत गुस्से में आ गए और बोला कि मैं उस मुकुंद दत्त का मेरे सामने नाम मत लो. और ये सबको बहुत शॉकिंग लगा.
जिन्नी पढ़ेगी. अच्छा, ठीक है. निखिल पढ़ेगा. चल निखिल पढ़ ले. प्रतीक तेरा भी माइक खराब है क्या? या पढ़ रहा है? यहाँ से पढ़. He said, "My lord." प्रतीक आवाज नहीं आ रही. बात नहीं. He said, "My lord, Mukund has given his everything, his life and soul to serve you to please. He sings kirtan for the whole assembly of devotees in transcendental ecstasy. If he has done something wrong, please forgive him. What could he have possibly done?" That rascal Mukund, you have heard his name. If someone puts straw in between their teeth and possessed with great humility and then beat on your head with a cloth, that is Mukunda. He is with the Vaishnavas. When he is here, he is talking about Krishna, singing and dancing about Krishna. And when he goes to the ordinary people, he goes personless. He speaks what they say. They are feeling the body of the Lord. Therefore, Mukund coming before me with folded hands and straw in his teeth, then he beat me on the head with a cloth. I will never allow him to see me. So Mukunda, अच्छा, तो चैतन्य सब लोग कह रहे हैं चैतन्य महाप्रभु को कि मुकुंद आपके लिए कीर्तन करता है और अगर उसने कुछ गलत किया है तो आप उसको प्लीज फॉरगिव कर दो. तो चैतन्य महाप्रभु कह रहे हैं कि ये बहुत ही धोखेबाज है ना, ये ऐसे मेरे सामने एकदम ऐसे ह्यूमिलिटी दिखाता है, फिर बाद में मेरे को ही धोखा देता है, मेरे सामने अच्छे से कीर्तन वगैरह करता है और कृष्णा के बारे में बात करता है, पर फिर दूसरों के सामने जाता है तो एकदम जो वो लोग बोलते हैं वही बोलता है. तो इसके बाद Mukunद was devastated. He heard every word and he was practically dead in grief. He was weeping and crying and wailing, "I will never see the Lord. I will never see the Lord." It is explained by Vrindavan Das Thakur that actually when Mukunda was young, he was led by one Brahman to meet all different kinds of people, but after he became a devotee, he never did that. He came into association of devotees. But Lord Chaitanya was a Paramatma in the heart. He can understand everything that we have ever done, and ultimately he wanted to show the glories of Mukunda. So Mukunda was weeping, "Will I ever see the Lord again? I will never be able to see him again." Then Shrivas asked the Lord, "Mukund wants to know, will he ever be able to see you again?" And Lord Chaitanya said in thunderous voice, "He will see me after 10 million births." Those words flashed Mukund Dutt with bliss. He started dancing in ecstasy with tears of love flowing from his eyes. He was dancing so much. "I will see, I will, only 10 million birds." He was dancing very happily. Lord Chaitanya was so pleased. He was pleased with Mukund Datta there. He was so humble and grateful. He thought that if I had to wait 10 million years, then that is absolutely nothing. That's absolutely insignificant. When I think of getting darshan of the Supreme Lord, I am so fallen. I am so insignificant, but He, with such causeless mercy, is giving darshan after 10 million births. He had such faith in the Lord's words, therefore he was dancing with ecstasy. He was drowning in the ocean of ecstasy. "I will see, I will see." He was dancing all over the place. Lord Chaitanya said, "Bring him here to see me immediately." So devotees went to Mukunda and said, "The Lord wants to see you immediately. The Lord wants to see you immediately. Come." तो जैसे कि मुकुंद दत्त बहुत परेशान हो रहे थे कि मैं कभी नहीं देखूंगा भगवान को, I will not be able to see. तभी चैतन्य महाप्रभु ने कहा कि he will be able to see me after 10 million births. तो ये सुनते मुकुंद दत्त बहुत खुश हो गए कि इट्स ओनली 10 मिलियन बर्ड्स. अगर 10 मिलियन बर्ड्स के बाद मेरे को भगवान का दर्शन मिलेगा तो 10 मिलियन बर्ड्स तो कुछ भी नहीं है उसके सामने. एंड में अगर मेरे को भगवान के दर्शन मिलेंगे तो इतना खुश हो गए चैतन्य महाप्रभु के ह्यूमिलिटी से और ग्रेटिट्यूड से कि उन्होंने उस टाइम ही मतलब उनको बोला कि द लॉर्ड वांट्स टू सी इमीडिएटली, तो आप आ जाओ। सब डिवोटी बोल रहे हैं अभी आ जाओ। उसके बाद हाँ जी नीचे पढ़ ले।
आवाज आ रही है क्या?
आ रही है।
But Mukunda was in another world of ecstasy, thinking about only 10 million birds, that he didn't even hear that. He was just 10 million birds. I will see, I will see. Devotees were saying, come, come, but he couldn't hear. They had to pick him up and carry him near Lord. And when he saw the Lord, all of his heart's desires were ultimately fulfilled. Then the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu requested Mukunda that to offer him prayers. And he said, my Lord, unless one has pure devotion, they cannot find any more happiness even if they see you. I didn't understand Krishna. I have no devotion. But in my heart, I am happy as if I am seeing you. This is your causeless mercy. I have no devotion in my heart, but still I felt happiness by seeing you. I am worthless as the pyre of ashes. My only hope is your causeless mercy. Only who have true, complete, unconditional devotion can find satisfaction on seeing you. Only to one who has devotion, you reveal yourself as you are. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so pleased by hearing this description of pure devotional service that he said, everything you are saying is perfect, Mukunda Dutt, because you have pure devotion. Therefore, you understand this. What you are saying is absolute truth. The only happiness comes through devotion. I am the prisoner in the heart of that person who has devotion to me. Mukunda Dutt, I give you this benediction that whenever you chant the holy name, the hearts of all devotees will completely melt in your pure, ecstatic love to me. You will always be in association of my devotees, and whenever I incarnate in this world, you will be with me, chanting the holy names.
श्री मुकुंद दत्त की जय। जिन्हें एक बार समराइज कर देगी, तूने क्या पढ़ा शॉर्ट में?
तो मुकुंदा दत्त को भगवान को देखना था, तो डिवोटीज उनको चैतन्य महाप्रभु के पास ले गए। और जब मुकुंदा दत्त ने चैतन्य महाप्रभु को देखा, तब उन्होंने भगवान को डिस्क्राइब करते हुए की तारीफ करी। तो लॉर्ड चैतन्य महाप्रभु उससे बहुत ज्यादा खुश हो गए और वो कहने लगे कि जो जितना भी तुमने कहा वही प्योर डिवोटी सर्विसेज है, वही करना चाहिए। और जब भी मैं इस वर्ल्ड में जन्म लूंगा, तब तुम मेरे साथ होली नेम का चैंट करोगे।
श्री मुकुंद दत्त की जय। जो एक बार सब लोग याद कर लो, क्योंकि एक और स्टोरी है, उसके बाद फिर मैं सबसे एक बार पूछूंगी कि आपको दोनों स्टोरीज में से मतलब क्या लर्निंग एक मिली, क्या अच्छा लगा। अभी वी हैव ग्लोरीज ऑफ किंग मयूर ध्वज। इसको मैं स्टार्ट करती हूँ फिर। Once King Parikshit asked, Once King Parikshit asked, uh, that was there any devotee at the time of the Pandavas who was as glorious as them or as devoted as them to Sri Krishna? So Shukdev Goswami said, yes, there was one devotee who was a very great devotee of the Lord. His name was King Mayurdhwaj. He was the king of Ratnanagar. Once, Mayurdhwaj's son, Tamradhwaj, defeated Arjun in a fight and took away the horse of Yudhishthir Maharaj, which he was going to offer in Ashwamedh Yagya. King Mayurdhwaj was very devoted to the Lord, and in his day-to-day life would spend his maximum time in hearing the pastimes of the Lord. It was his very strong desire that one day Lord of his heart should come to his kingdom. But upon receiving the news from his son, King Mayurdhwaj was very upset and he began to weep incessantly upon his son's mistake. He was sure of some great calamity to come. तो एक बार परीक्षित महाराज ने पूछा सुखदेव गोस्वामी से कि ऐसे कोई भक्त भी है क्या पांडवों के टाइम के जो पांडवों जैसे ही बहुत भगवान की तरफ मतलब श्रद्धा रखते हैं और बहुत अच्छे डिवोटी हैं क्योंकि उस टाइम तो पांडवा से ज्यादा तो कोई नहीं कर सकता था तो और सुखदेव गोस्वामी ने कहा कि हाँ एक राजा है मयूरध्वज करके वो रत्ननगर के राजा थे और उनका एक बेटा था ताम्रध्वज जो भगवान का बहुत भक्त था तो उसने भगवान की अटेंशन के लिए क्या किया जो युधिष्ठिर महाराज का अश्वमेध यज्ञ के टाइम एक हॉर्स लेते हैं और पूरे टाइम पूरे वर्ल्ड में परेड करते हैं कि ताकि सारे जो राजा हैं वो युधिष्ठिर महाराज का सुप्रीमेसी को एक्सेप्ट करें अगर जो लड़ता है तो उसका मतलब ये होता है कि वो सुप्रीमेसी एक्सेप्ट नहीं करता तो उसको तो ताम्रध्वज ने क्या किया वो जो हॉर्स था अर्जुन को डिफीट करके वो हॉर्स ले गया ताम्रध्वज तो जब मयूरध्वज ने सुना तो बहुत डर गए उनको लगा कि अब कुछ गलत हो सकता है गौरव
Yeah. Meanwhile, Arjuna, being defeated by a mere young boy, was very unhappy and was really upset about how such a thing could be possible. As Arjun was thinking, so Krishna told that it was only possible because of devotion of King Mayurdhwaj. To prove it to Arjun, Krishna disguised himself as a Brahman and Arjun as his disciple. They went to the kingdom of Mayurdhwaj. Mayurdhwaj, being a great Vaishnava, offered very nice hospitality. That is just a second. Yes. Mayurdhwaj, being a great Vaishnava, offered very nice hospitality with great love and attention to the Brahman and his disciple. Being a king, he wanted to offer some charity to the Brahman, but Brahman said that whatever charity he wanted, king was not capable to give it. Hearing this, King Mayurdhwaj took vows and promised to give whatever this Brahman asked in charity. Now, being satisfied, Brahman said, okay, listen carefully what I want. Brahman said, okay. So Arjuna was defeated by Taldwaj, who was the son of Mayurdhwaj. And like Arjun was thinking that how it could be possible. So he went to Krishna and asked that how it could be possible. So Krishna said that this is possible only because he is my great devotee. So Mayurdhwaj, uh, then Krishna, disguised as a Brahman and Arjun as his disciple, went to Mayurdhwaj, and then Mayurdhwaj offered like very nice hospitality with great care, and then being a king, he wanted to ask them for some charity. So the Brahman, that is Krishna only, he said that no, you can't give the charity. You are you cannot give the charity. You would not be able to give the charity. So the king said, please ask for charity, and then Krishna says, uh, about the charity he wants.
कीर्तिका ये नेक्स्ट 2 पैराग्राफ्स पढ़ लेना. ये ब्राह्मण said and hearing this.
Brahman said, while I was passing through the forest with my son to come here, I was blocked by a lion that caught my son. I tried my best to save him, but I could not rescue my son. Seeing my condition, lion said that if I want my son back, then I should bring your half body as his meal. Lion also said that let the son of king cut his body into two and then bring me the left side of king's body. Hearing this, Mayudhwaj readily agreed to give his half body to Brahman in charity, but Tamradhwaj and king's wife began to cry and thought this to be the most impossible task to be done. But Mayudhwaj explained them that how important it was, as he had already vowed to give whatever this Brahman asked in charity. Mayudhwaj requested Tamradhwaj to fulfill this desire. Summarize कर दूं? हाँ. तो ब्राह्मण ने बोला कि मतलब वही कृष्णा ने बोला कि मैं फॉरेस्ट से पास हो रहा था तो एक लायन ने हमारा रास्ता ब्लॉक कर लिया था और उस लायन ने जो मेरा सन है उसको पकड़ लिया. अब उसने कंडीशन रखी कि अगर तुमको तुम्हारा लड़का वापस चाहिए तो ये जो किंग है ना उसकी हाफ बॉडी, लेफ्ट साइड की हाफ बॉडी मुझे है ना मील के तौर पर दो, खाने के तौर पर दो, तो मैं है ना तुम्हारे बेटे को वापस कर दूंगा. तो ये सुन के मयूरध्वज ने उसने बोला कि हाँ ठीक है. उसको कोई ऐसा मतलब बहुत बड़ा टास्क नहीं लगा, बट जो उसका बेटा था ताम्रध्वज और उसकी वाइफ थी वो रोने लग गए और बोलने लग गए कि आपने हाँ तो बोले लेकिन ये बहुत एक इम्पॉसिबल टास्क है, ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है, और आपने वचन भी दे दिया कि ब्राह्मण जो भी चैरिटी में मांगेगा आप दे देंगे. तो मयूरध्वज ने उसके बेटे को बोला कि इस डिजायर को फुलफिल करो.
नहीं पड़ेगी लास्ट 2 पैराग्राफ.
Keeping stone on his heart, Tamradhwaj started cutting his father's body in 2 halves. Just then, seeing tears coming down from king's eyes, Brahman said, I find that you are in a great sorrow. I do not wish to accept a charity which is not given wholeheartedly. Hearing this, Mayudhwaj explained the Brahman that his tears were not because he was in sorrow. He was crying as his only half part could be used in the service of devotees of Lord, and rest half would be useless. When Arjun heard these words of the king, he at once resumed his original form and began to beg forgiveness from the king and Lord too. He understood very clearly the greatness of Mayudhwaj and his love for Lord. Understanding that the Lord of his heart was in his kingdom, Mayudhwaj at once offered his obeisances to the Lord and begged forgiveness. Lifting up the king, Lord embarrassed Mayudhwaj and embraced Mayudhwaj and showered profuse mercy upon the king. Tamardhwaj begged forgiveness from Arjuna and returned the horses back.
Summarize. Summarize कर दे. फिर हम रिसाइट करेंगे. So करना पड़ेगा ना। अच्छा मैं करती हूँ। तो फिर ना ताम्रध्वज ने मतलब एकदम जबरदस्ती वो काटने लगे। तो तभी जो जो ब्राह्मण थे उन्होंने देखा कि मयूर ध्वज की आंखों से आंसू निकल रहे हैं। तो उन्होंने कहा कि मैं देख रहा हूँ कि आपको बुरा लग रहा है, मैं कोई चैरिटी ऐसी नहीं लेना चाहता, तो एकदम पूरे दिल से मतलब दीनी ऐसा लग रहा है कि आपको नहीं, आप नहीं देना चाहते इसलिए आप रो रहे हो। तो मयूर ध्वज ने कहा कि वो इसलिए नहीं रो रहे क्योंकि उनको करना नहीं, पर वो इसलिए रो रहे हैं क्योंकि उनकी बॉडी का खाली आधा पार्ट यूज हो सकता है सेवा में, बाकी आधा ऐसे अधूरा रह जाएगा। जब अर्जुन ने सुना तो अपना फॉर्म रिज्यूम करके वो फॉरगिवनेस मतलब मांगने लगे, किंग से भी और भगवान से भी, कृष्णा से भी। और उन्होंने पेश किया मयूर ध्वज के प्रेम को। तो एडवांस कृष्णा ने मतलब मयूर ध्वज को ठीक करके उनको उठाया और उनको आलिंगन किया एंड बहुत सारी मर्सी शावर की। तब तक ताम्रध्वज ने जो हॉर्स था उसको लेके वापस दे दिया था। महाराज मयूर ध्वज की जय। अच्छा सब लोग एक एक लर्निंग मेरे को बताओ, दोनों स्टोरीज में से किसी भी स्टोरी में से हो सकता है, मतलब दोनों जरूरी नहीं है।
दोनों स्टोरी से मुझे तो यही पता चला कि मतलब भगवान कुछ भी कर सकते हैं उनके लिए, अगर हमारा प्योर डिवोशन हो तो भले ही वो हमें बीट्रे करे या फिर लव करे, वो दोनों मतलब हमें उससे फर्क नहीं पड़ता क्योंकि वो भगवान है, वो कुछ भी कर सकते हैं।
मेरी लर्निंग थी कि वैष्णव सेवा कितनी इम्पोर्टेंट है, मतलब मयूर ध्वज वैष्णव सेवा के लिए किस एक्सटेंट तक जा सकते थे, वो बहुत इंस्पायरिंग लगा।
और
Pure devotion.
और निखिल और प्रतीक चैट में लिख सकते हो तुम, तुम्हारा माइक नहीं चल रहा है तो।
हाँ, मेरी लर्निंग ये थी कि हमें कभी भी लॉर्ड के डिवोटीज पे शक नहीं करना चाहिए।
नाइस नाइस। तो इसलिए बोल रहा है कि क्या कहते हैं जो अर्जुन ने किया है ना, निखिल पूछ रहा है क्या लिखना है। निखिल मैंने बोला लर्निंग लिखना जो तूने दोनों स्टोरीज में से सीखा। प्रतीक तू भी लिखते, ठाकुर प्रताप अगर आप हो आप भी लिख दो, आपको कुछ समझ आ जाए। अभी अपन शिक्षाष्टकम हमारा खत्म हो गया। तो सब लोग मैं ऑर्डर बताती हूँ और एक एक वर्स फिर ट्रांसलेशन पूरा शिक्षाष्टकम करेंगे रिसाइट। सही में निखिल। ठीक है, फर्स्ट वाला मैं करती हूँ, उसके बाद फिर सेकंड वाला अच्छा रेज हैंड्स कर लो जिस ऑर्डर में होएगा फिर। ठीक है, पहले सेकंड वाला जिन्नी, फिर थर्ड वाला निहारिका दी, फोर्थ कीर्ति दा, फिफ्थ गौरव और निमाय है। सिक्स वाला करेगा। हाँ, सिक्स वाला निमाय करेगा। निखिल प्रतीक का माइंड चल रहा है। ठाकुर आप हो। ठीक है, चलो फर्स्ट में करती हूँ। चेतोदर्पणमार्जनं भवमहादावाग्निर्वापनं श्रेयक्यैरवचन्द्रिका वितरणं विद्यावधूजीवनम् आनन्दां बुद्धिवर्धनं प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृतास्वादनं सर्वात्मस्नपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्णसङ्कीर्तनम्। Glory to Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. Chinni.
नाम्नामकारी बहुधा निज सर्वशक्ति तत्रावृता नियमित स्मरेण काल एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् ममापि दुर्दैवमे एतश्रीमा जनिनानुराग। O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names, like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names. But I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them.
Niharika di.
तृणादपि सुनीचेन तरोरपि सहिष्णुना अमानिन मानदेन कीर्तन्या सदा हरि। One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and one should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of Lord constantly.
न धनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितां वा जगदीश कामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनेश्वरे भवतात् भक्तिरहितुकी त्वयि। O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor I do desire beautiful women, nor I do want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service birth after birth.
ऐनन्दतनुजा किं करं पतितं मां विषमे भवाम्बुधो कृपया तव पादपङ्कज स्थितधूलिसदृशं विचिन्तय। O son of Maharaj Nand, Krishna, I am your eternal servitor. I am your eternal servitor, yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet.
निमाय
अरे मुझे आ ही नहीं रहा, ये पढ़ना पता नहीं क्या है।
नयनम गलद शुद्धारया पढ़ना। तुमने कितनी बार पढ़ा है पहले?
नयनम गलद असुर धैर्य वदनम गद गद हृदय गिरा पुलक क्या है?
पुलकैर निचितम
नचितम वपु कदा तव नम घ्राणे भविष्यति। Oh my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up? And when will my hairs of the body stand on the end at the reaction of your name?
किसी को वापस रिसाइट करने हैं? दो लोग
मैं पढ़ूं?
पहले। हाँ
युगायितं निमिषेण चक्षुषा प्रविशायितां शून्यायितं जगत् सर्वं गोविन्द विरहेण मे। O Govind, feeling your separation, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rains, and I am falling all vacant in the world in your absence.
लास्ट मैं पढ़ती हूँ। आशिला शिवा पादरताम जिनी जिनी पढ़ रही है। चलो जिनी पढ़।
आशिष्यला पापादामृतं पिनुष्टुमां अदर्शानां मार्मा हतं करोतु वा यथा तथा वा विद्वातु लम्पटो मत्प्राणातु स एव न परा। I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly by his embrace or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord unconditionally.
ये हमारा शिक्षाष्टकम खत्म हो गया। बस इतना ही है। हरे कृष्णा। किसी को और कुछ कहना है? अच्छा एक सेकंड। अच्छा ठाकुर ने अपनी वो भेजी है लर्निंग। I can say the learning from the second one, that the devotion in the king's heart for Lord Krishna was so great that even the great Arjun begged for his forgiveness, and the king wanted to offer his whole body to the devotees. This shows that his devotion for Lord Krishna was very pure. He wholeheartedly wanted to devote his whole life and his body. Very nice learning, Thakur. Thank you. Thank you very much.